Losing $1,000 hurts your brain twice as much as gaining $1,000 feels good. Not roughly equal, not close. Twice. Two psychologists proved this in 1979, and 50 years later, it's still quietly draining your bank account. It has a name, loss aversion, and it doesn't feel like a flaw. It feels like common sense. Here's the science in plain English. Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky ran the experiment that broke classical economics. They gave people choices between certain gains and risky ones, then between certain losses and risky ones. The pattern never changed. People will take a guaranteed loss over a bigger possible loss, and skip a guaranteed gain for the chance at a bigger one. The math says these decisions should mirror each other. They don't. Losing hits the brain almost twice as hard as winning. Kahneman would later win a Nobel Prize for this work. Tversky would have too, if he hadn't died 6 years too soon to receive it. Your brain didn't build this system for stock portfolios. It built it for survival. Tens of thousands of years ago, losing resources, food, shelter, fire, could kill you. So your brain wired a dedicated alarm for loss. The amygdala, your threat detector, fires the instant something starts slipping away. It doesn't distinguish between losing your food supply and losing a gym membership. Both read as danger. Both trigger the same response. Hold on. Protect it. Don't let go. This is the part nobody talks about. That alarm is still running. Right now, today, misfiring on things that can't actually hurt you. There is at least one subscription sitting in your bank account that you haven't used in weeks. You already know which one. It just surfaced in your head. And you know you should cancel it. You've thought about it before. Every time you get close, something whispers, but you already paid for it. Maybe next month. That whisper isn't logic. That's the alarm. Take a $99 gym membership. 2 months of visits, then 8 months of nothing. $792 gone. But the membership stays active, because canceling is the moment the loss becomes real. Keeping it lets your brain believe nothing has been lost yet. Next month isn't a plan. It's an escape hatch. Multiply that by 3 to 5 subscriptions, the average carried per person. That's up to $200 a month, leaving your account for nothing. $2,400 a year. Over a decade, $24,000. Not saved, not invested. Just gone, because clicking cancel felt harder than it should have. But loss aversion has a quieter cousin, and it might be costing you even more. It's called the endowment effect, and it was tested in a study almost as famous as Kahneman and Tversky's original work. Researchers gave one group of people a coffee mug and asked how much they'd sell it for. They gave another group no mug at all and asked how much they'd pay to buy one. The mug owners demanded roughly twice as much to give it up as the non-owners were willing to pay to get it. Same mug, same market. Two completely different values depending on nothing except who already had it. The second something is yours, your brain inflates its worth, purely to make losing it feel more painful to consider. This is why you can't sell the house that needs work. Why you won't get rid of the car that costs more to fix than it's worth. Why you're still holding on to things, physical and financial, that a stranger would price at half of what you think they're worth. Ownership doesn't just create attachment. It rewires the number in your head. And here's where it gets worse, because none of this is an accident. Every major brand knows exactly what you just heard, and they build around it on purpose. Limited time offer. Prices go up tomorrow. Only 3 left. That's not urgency. That's manufactured loss. They are deliberately triggering the same alarm your ancestors used to survive a famine, except now it's aimed at a checkout page. Free trials work the same way. You sign up, you get access, and 30 seconds later, you already own it. Psychologically, even before you've paid a cent. By the time the trial ends, canceling doesn't feel like avoiding a charge. It feels like losing something you already had. That's not a coincidence. That's the entire business model. Companies have run the numbers on exactly how many days it takes before your brain starts treating a free trial like a possession, and they set the trial length accordingly. Marketing research has shown save $50 consistently outperforms earn $50. Same number, completely different signal to your brain. Protection beats acquisition every time it's been tested. You are not lazy when you don't cancel. You are being engineered. Now take it further than subscriptions. Because loss aversion doesn't stop at $10 a month. It scales all the way up. Marcus bought a stock for $1,000. He'd done the research. He felt sure. The market disagreed. It dropped to $700. He had a choice. Sell, take the $300 loss, move on. Or hold and hope. He held. 6 months later, $500. A year later, $300. He still hasn't sold. Not because the data supports holding, because selling means admitting the loss is real. As long as he holds, it's still technically temporary. His brain will do almost anything to avoid that one moment of official defeat. This is loss aversion in its most expensive form. Marcus didn't lose $700 because the market beat him. He lost it because his own wiring did. And the data confirms this isn't rare. Investors hold losing positions far longer than winning ones. They sell winners early to lock in small comfort, and cling to losers waiting to break even. Researchers have a name for this too. They call it the disposition effect, and it shows up in trading data across every market that's ever been studied, regardless of country, income level, or investing experience. Compounded across decades, that single pattern is the gap between retiring comfortably and retiring stressed. So what do you actually do with a 40,000-year-old alarm system you can't turn off? You don't fight it with willpower. Willpower loses to biology every time. What works is removing the decision from the moment your amygdala takes over. Open your bank statement. For every recurring charge, ask one question. If this charged me today for the first time, would I sign up? If the answer is no, cancel it today, not tomorrow. The loss already happened. The only choice left is whether you keep adding to it. If you're holding a losing investment, ask a different version of the same question. If I didn't already own this, would I buy it right now at this price? If no, that's your answer. The money already spent is gone either way. What you do next has nothing to do with what you already lost. And the next time you see limited time or act now, treat it as a warning label, not an invitation. Real value doesn't evaporate in 24 hours. That countdown exists for one reason: to turn your thinking off before you notice it happening. Your brain isn't broken. It's running old software in a world specifically built to exploit it. The people who build wealth and the people who don't rarely differ in income or intelligence. They differ in whether they can see the alarm going off and choose not to obey it. You already know what's sitting in your account, unused, quietly disappearing every month. You knew before this video even started. So what are you going to cancel first?